I'm swinging by my mom's place on my way home today.
Again? You've got to be kidding me.
Relax, it's fine. She said she wants to have a little chat.
Oh, sure. Seriously, he can't stay away from his parents' place. I almost dish out a snarky remark, but I hold back. Honestly, calling him my enemy is putting it mildly. I'm Nanako. I work from home as an illustrator, and I've been married to my enemy Nobuyuki for 15 years. It already drives me nuts how often he scurries over to his folks, and every single time, my mother-in-law who lives next door fires off her complaints at me, which seriously grates on my nerves. Oh, and my sister-in-law's behavior is starting to really tick me off too.
Nanako, I heard you only make lazy meals.
I'm doing my best though.
And I heard you can't even keep your place tidy.
I've been really busy with work lately.
Work? A housewife's job is to keep the home comfortable.
Oh, no, I mean...
Anyway, you need to shape up and be a proper wife for Nobuyuki.
My mother-in-law calls me regularly to complain. That's because Nobuyuki always puts me down to make himself look better. But even worse than my mother-in-law is Nobuyuki's sister, Akane.
Nobuyuki, come shopping with me.
Oh, sure.
Wait, but you promised to go to the museum with me today.
We can go another time.
But the exhibit I wanted to see ends today.
Then just go by yourself.
What?
I mean, I'd rather hang out with Akane than go to a museum.
Right. Too bad, Nanako. Akane smirked triumphantly, grabbed Nobuyuki's arm, and off they went. Hey, can we do something about your mom's calls?
Do something how?
She only nags me because you keep bad-mouthing me to her.
Just let it go.
If I could, I would have done it already.
It's not like my mom means any harm.
Then maybe stop trashing me in front of your family?
It's just harmless venting. Jeez, you're so uptight.
You don't have to say it like that.
Look, mom's just giving you advice as a seasoned housewife.
Maybe, but...
She's been a full-time housewife for her whole life. You should be grateful for her wisdom.
I have my own way of doing things.
Yeah, and that's exactly why she's correcting you.
All her corrections are just annoying, though. Not that I could say that out loud, so I just let out a quiet sigh instead. And about Akane.
What, you got a problem with her too?
Not exactly, but having her over every weekend is a bit much.
What's the big deal?
Once in a while is fine.
Akane's been following me around since we were kids. We're super close.
I know.
She probably feels like you took me away from her.
But...
Man, you're so uptight. Just let it go.
So, you're never going to take my side, huh, Nobuyuki? I made my voice sound intentionally sad and looked down. Nobuyuki's hesitation was written all over his face. Every time your mom calls to criticize me, it really hurts. It makes me feel awful.
Nanako?
And you always put Akane before me. It's lonely. I'm your wife after all. Tears welled up in my eyes, and Nobuyuki started to panic. I hope this finally gets through to him, even a little.
Okay, I get it.
Really?
Yeah, I'll ask Mom to tone it down a little bit.
Thank you!
And I'll talk to Akane too. Maybe she can hold back a bit.
I'm really glad you understand.
Seeing you cry like that, I didn't realize how much this was weighing on you. I'm sorry.
That's what Nobuyuki said, but his mom and sister weren't the type to just back off that easily. I had to stay on guard. Things were peaceful for a while, but then, one evening at dinner...
Hey, about my parents.
Something wrong?
My dad's retirement is coming up soon.
Oh, right! It's this year, isn't it? But he's planning to find another job, right?
That's what he says, but honestly, I'd like him to take a break.
But your mom's a stay-at-home wife, and Akane doesn't work either, does she? If your dad stops working, what about their income?
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe we could help them out a little.
Help them out, huh?
We can afford it, can't we?
Sure, we have some wiggle room in our budget. It's not like we can't afford it. But if you're asking whether I want to do it, yeah, that's a hard no.
Please, Nanako, just for a little while.
Until your dad finds a new job?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Nanako.
At the time, I agreed with a smile, but I'd come to regret that decision soon enough.
We'll send $2,000 a month. It's not much, but we're happy to help. Sorry about this, Nobuyuki. It's fine. We're family after all. And don't stress about finding a new job right away.
That's right! You've worked so hard all these years. You deserve a little rest.
That's why I made this decision. Nanako wasn't on board, though.
Honestly, Nanako is such a selfish person. Seriously, a wife who complains about how her husband spends his own money? That's just disgraceful. Nanako, long time no see.
Thanks for inviting me out. I've been feeling down lately, so this is a nice change of pace.
Something happened with your in-laws again?
Yeah, just a little something.
Spit it out!
We're sending money to my in-laws every month now.
Oof, that sucks.
It's only supposed to be until my father-in-law finds a new job.
Let me guess, he's taking his sweet time finding one.
Bingo! And to make matters worse, he's being super picky about it.
I just can't seem to find a job that suits me. Take your time, Dad. Just find something you're happy with. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, Nobuyuki. I'm glad I can do something for you, Dad.
Ugh, Nobuyuki just wants to look good, so he keeps spoiling them.
You're really going through it, huh, Nanako?
On top of that, my mother-in-law's nagging calls have gotten even worse.
Still bragging about her perfect housekeeping?
Of course, she's unbelievably annoying.
What about your lovely, brother-complex sister-in-law?
Same as always, constantly flaunting everything Nobuyuki buys her or where he takes her.
So she's basically rubbing it in your face.
You think it's funny? It's exhausting! I mean, honestly, who's the wife here?
Well, Nobuyuki is a bit of a sister complex.
A bit? He's in way too deep.
Nanako, aren't you getting fed up with all this?
I think I passed my limit a long time ago.
Then maybe you should just leave him.
Ever since my friend said that... Divorce! Huh? Maybe that's not a bad idea. I started thinking about it more and more. Then one day, my in-laws suddenly showed up at my house.
Still sloppy as ever, I see. Honestly, Nanako, you're just hopeless.
The moment I opened the door, my mother-in-law started her usual nagging, and my sister-in-law threw in her usual jabs. What's going on today?
Nobuyuki didn't tell you?
Tell me what?
The three of us are moving in here.
Wait, what?
From now on, the 5 of us will live together.
Excuse me? What?
There's nothing to explain. It's already been decided. Right, Nobuyuki?
Yeah, I made the call. You don't have a problem with it, do you?
I was so shocked I couldn't even speak. Seeing my reaction, my mother-in-law and sister-in-law smirked.
Yeah! Yeah!
Looking forward to living together.
If you don't like it, then we get a divorce. Got it?
Nobuyuki's sudden declaration left me completely stunned. You made a huge decision like this without even talking to me first?
Why would I need to? We're family. It's the obvious choice.
But I had no idea! You could have at least given me a heads up!
Families should support each other. Or do you not agree, Nanako?
I've been supporting you all plenty!
You mean the financial support? That's all thanks to my brother, so you don't really have a say in it.
Huh?
Starting today, I'll personally train you in proper housekeeping. Get ready for it!
As my in-laws spouted nonsense, I stood there, completely at a loss.
You wouldn't want to get divorced, would you? Then you have no choice but to obey.
Nobuyuki announced smugly, and his family eagerly nodded along. Divorce? Seriously? Thinking I was too shocked to speak, my mother-in-law and sister-in-law watched me with smug smiles.
If you don't accept the family, then it's divorce.
Fine then, let's get divorced. The moment I shot back with a bright smile, the room went silent. Everyone's faces went blank for a second.
You're really okay with that, Nanako?
I'll handle the house just fine without you.
Finally, we'll be rid of the nuisance. And I get Nobuyuki all to myself again. While my in-laws looked overjoyed, Nobuyuki's face went pale.
Wait, hold on.
You said divorce, didn't you?
Wait, no. I mean, if you would just accept my family, then there's no need for divorce.
I have zero intention of accepting them.
But...
Then it's settled. Divorce it is. Right, Nobuyuki? Exactly. Nanako was never fit to be Nobuyuki's wife anyway. Perfect timing, don't you think?
Yeah, let's live together. Just the 4 of us. It'll be way more fun that way. Looks like everyone's in agreement, huh? As Nobuyuki stood there, sweating and scrambling for words, I calmly handed him the divorce papers.
Wait, what's this?
I already signed my part. All that's left is yours.
Wow! That's surprisingly efficient of you, Nanako. Perfect timing.
Here, Nobuyuki. Sign it! Sign it!
I never actually intended to get a divorce. What are you whining about? Be a man and take responsibility.
Egged on by his mother and sister and pressured by his father, Nobuyuki finally, reluctantly, signed the divorce papers. Thanks! Look at her acting all tough. So, what's your grand plan now, Nanako?
As a favor to our former family, we could let you stay here for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you should at least have time to pack. We're so generous. While his family was celebrating, Nobuyuki stood frozen in silence, his face still pale. All right then, can you all leave now?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, since we're no longer family, I'm asking you to leave.
Excuse me? What kind of nonsense is that? Oh, don't act like you're the victim here! If anyone's leaving, it's you, Nanako!
My mother-in-law and sister-in-law started screaming at me, but Nobuyuki kept his head down, saying nothing. His father, however, was watching him closely. No, you're the ones who need to leave. Isn't that right, Nobuyuki?
Nobuyuki, what's going on? Explain yourself.
His father's stern voice cut through the air, but Nobuyuki just stood there, staring at the floor.
Come on, Nobuyuki! Tell her to get out already! That's what's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, Nobuyuki! Don't hold back! She's not even family anymore! But Nobuyuki said nothing. No, he couldn't say anything. This house is in my name. You all have no right to live here. The room went silent as my in-laws froze. I glanced at Nobuyuki. His hands were trembling slightly. Do you get it now? Good thing you hadn't unpacked yet. That makes it easier to leave.
That's a lie! There's no way a stay-at-home wife like you could afford a house!
I work from home, actually. Though I guess you've always assumed otherwise, haven't you?
Work from home? Doing what exactly?
I'm an illustrator.
Oh, please! Trying to act all cool! Doodling at home doesn't make you a professional! Yeah! No way you're making real money off that! You've only been able to play around because of my brother's paycheck! You're seriously shameless!
Actually, I've been a professional for 20 years now.
Wait! Yan?
Yeah, I do the cover illustrations.
Hold up! You're Nakano?
Yep, it's just my name written as a monogram. Pretty easy to figure out, right?
Wait, does this mean Nanako's actually famous? Famous enough that even I've heard of her. Looks like she's a top illustrator. No, that's impossible.
All their smug confidence vanished. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law were completely deflated. Anyway, that's that. Now, please leave.
Wait, you can't just kick us out like this.
Oh, and yet you had no problem suddenly demanding that I live with you.
That's...
Yeah, sorry. I don't feel the least bit bad for you.
Fine, I get it.
Good. Glad you understand.
But in exchange,
In exchange?
I want my share of the assets.
Excuse me?
As your husband, I have a right to half our marital property.
Marital property, huh? I sighed, half amused at Nobuyuki's ridiculous claim.
So, since this house is part of our shared assets, sell it and give me half of the money. I deserve my fair share.
Since my place doubled as my workspace, the apartment we lived in was pretty spacious for just 2 people.
If you sell it, you get a huge amount of money. If we're divorcing, then half of that should go to me.
You do realize you have no right to any of it, right?
What? But we lived here as a married couple. That makes it shared property.
If we had bought it after getting married, then maybe.
Then,
But I bought this place when I was still single.
oh,
So even if I did sell it, you wouldn't see a single cent.
no way.
Not that I have any intention of selling it. The location is great, shopping's convenient, and the mortgage is already paid off. No reason to leave.
You're really planning to live here alone?
Yep, I did it before. I can do it again. I smiled sweetly at him. Nobuyuki's face twisted in pure despair, while his family still looked a little stunned. Actually, speaking of shared assets, you owe me money.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm just referring to all those gifts you bought for Akane. You used our joint savings for that, didn't you?
Well,
Wait! But that was Nobuyuki's money! He said his wife had no right to complain about it!
Oh, really?
I mean,
That's what you told her? Don't worry, I already calculated exactly how much you spent, so I'll be expecting full reimbursement.
Nobuyuki, you've been lying to us this whole time? Wait, calling it lying is a bit much. No, it's all lies. You even acted like you were the one who bought this apartment. Ugh. And what about the financial support? Nanako was against it, but you said it was your money and she had no say in it.
That's true. I did object, but the reality is, Nobuyuki wasn't the one paying. Hearing my words, my father-in-law let out a deep sigh.
You are such a disgrace.
His booming voice made Nobuyuki stumble back. His father looked at him with nothing but contempt.
Dear, I'm sure Nobuyuki didn't mean any harm!
Oh, really? Then what was his excuse? He humiliated his own wife with lies. Nanako, I'm so sorry.
Please, you don't have to apologize to me.
No, I can't even look you in the eye. I blindly believe my son's sweet-talking and treated you terribly. We're leaving.
But we already gave up our house!
That's on us. We blindly followed Nobuyuki's words and barged in here without thinking.
No way! Nobuyuki, what are we supposed to do now?
How should I know?
But you said we'd all live together as a family!
Enough. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Nobuyuki is actually a total loser? No! No way! No way!
Nanako, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. Just please, don't go through with the divorce.
It's too late for that, Nobuyuki.
Don't say that. We're family, aren't we?
Yeah, for now, but not for much longer.
We're still family. We can fix this. We can support each other again.
Fix it?
Yeah, we might have messed up, but we can start over.
What?
Let's be a family again.
Nobuyuki, I already told you. It's too late.
No, it's not. We can still...
Look, I'm not saying it's wrong to want to look good in front of others. Sometimes it's necessary.
Then...
But tearing someone else down just to make yourself look better? That's just pathetic.
Pathetic?
I can't stay in a family with someone like that, and I don't want to.
Nanako!
Goodbye, Nobuyuki. And as for Nobuyuki and his lovely family after that... This is all your fault, Nobuyuki! If you hadn't screwed up with Nanako, we'd all still be living in that nice apartment! Ugh, and to think your paycheck is this small! You're completely useless!
We trusted all your stupid lies and now our lives are ruined. Oh, come on, stop blaming everything on me.
Their arguments never stopped. Instead of supporting each other, their so-called family bond crumbled, and they all went their separate ways. I have no idea where the four of them ended up, but one thing's for sure, they're not living happily ever after. Finally, everything's settled. Maybe I'll take a tea break with that fancy tea I got the other day. As for me, I'm loving my peaceful solo life. Work is flowing smoothly, and honestly, getting divorced was the best decision I ever made. No more whining from Nobuyuki, no more nagging calls from my mother-in-law, and no more petty one-up contest with my sister-in-law. This is bliss! Marriage? Yeah, I'm done with that. But love? Well, if the right person comes along, who knows?